3,000 people queued for the north entrance and for the south entrance, and here's the distribution of the times they spent queuing. So at the north entrance here it says how many people had to queue for more than 44 minutes. Now when you look at the north entrance, 44 minutes is here, yeah, but of course here is where the upper quartile value is. Okay, so how many had spent more than 44 minutes? Well, it's everything from the upper quartile up to the greatest. Now remember, that represents then 25% of the data, yeah? Because the upper quartile is 75% of the data, so then the rest is 25%. Now if there's 3,000, all you've got to do is work out 25% of 3,000, okay? And of course 25% is just a quarter. So to work out a quarter, you've got to halve and halve again, and if you do that you get 750. For the south entrance, it says calculate an estimate for the number of people who had to queue there for between 40 and 60 minutes. Now let's look at this here. South entrance between 40 and 60 minutes. So essentially, it's everything here, yeah, between 40 and 60 minutes. Now if you look at that there, here we've got the median, haven't we? And here we've got the upper quartile. So between 40 and 60 minutes, if you think about it, it's like two-thirds of that group there. And of course, remember, every line here represents another 25% of the data. So lower quartile here is 25% of the data. You've got another 25% up to the median, another 25% up to the upper quartile. So it's 25% of the data between median and upper quartile, and we actually want two-thirds of it. And it does say an estimate, doesn't it? It does say, if you look at it, it does say estimate. And it will be an estimate because if you think about it, we're assuming that the amount of people in here are evenly distributed. Now it could be a lot of the group were in this section here, okay? Maybe the majority of the group were in this section here, okay? Which would mean then our answer for this isn't quite right, okay? Our answer for this is going to be too high. However, we're going to just assume it's evenly distributed throughout that group of time there, okay? So we want, if you think about it, we want two-thirds of this category here between the median and upper quartile. Now, because that represents 25% of the data, we want two-thirds of it. Now remember, 25% of course we worked out to be 750, okay? So that's how many people, 750 people between median and upper quartile. And we want two-thirds of that. So two-thirds of 750 will be 500 people. Okay, and it says then, at which entrance did the security team seem to be more effective at getting people into the stadium quickly? Give a reason for your answer. Now, what I often do with this is I look for the medians, try and compare the median time, okay, to see which one's quicker. But when you look at the medians here, they're both the same, aren't they? They're both 30, okay. But the value that sort of stands out to me is looking at the upper quartile. And if you look at the upper quartile, okay, we've got 44 there, whereas the upper quartile for the south entrance is 60. So there's quite a difference, isn't there? Okay, so, and remember, upper quartile represents 75% of the data. So in other words, it took for the south entrance 75% of the people, okay, it took just 60 minutes to get them in, whereas in the north entrance, for 75% of the people, it only took up to 44 minutes. So I would say the north entrance is more effective. So the north entrance, since it took only 44 minutes, or up to 44 minutes, to get 75% of the people in, whereas in the south entrance, it took up to, let's just check again, what was it, 60, wasn't it? 60 minutes to get 75% of the people in, okay?